G'day, it's Guesty here, and it's time to catch a bream on a soft plastic lure. So it's all about finesse tackle, being sort of, I don't know, being quite stealthy, using really light leaders, small lures, and sort of getting everything to sort of suspend and float down. So bream are quite a smart fish. They've got big eyes, they're a real eyesight predator, and if your presentation's not right, they're not going to take it. So I'm in amongst a set of oyster leases here. Fantastic place to find some bream, and you'll actually see them. I've got my sunnies here somewhere, they're down there, but you'll see them when you're polarising along underneath these oyster trays and working out how am I going to get my lure in amongst there. So we're in the boat today, but kayak, you could access this. Sometimes you can get around and walk the edges and cast at them from the shore as well, but you can certainly find a lot of bream around rock walls, jetties, pylons, bridges, lots of cool places to cast for a bream, and it's a great way to really expand on your lure fishing prowess and technique, if that's such a word. There's some unbelievably good bream fishermen in this country. That's not me, not by any chance, but I do like catching them, so I keep it pretty basic, that's for sure. Starting off with jig heads, let's stick pretty light here, 1/24th, 1/32nd. So what does that mean? What does all that mean? That means that they're tiny little ones. So either with a number 2 hook, number 4 hook, something quite small that's going to fit in this little creature profile lure we're going to use. So very lightweight jig heads, because we want something that's going to flutter and flick and really stay suspended. So pop those down, but they're ideal. And then we've got probably my favourite bream lure, and so many competitions have been won on these, and it's a camo coloured creature bait. They look amazing. They've got lots of little moving parts, and areas like this where you've got, you know, barnacle build up and cungy build up, there's lots of little crabs, so these things are perfect. And I've got a whole little bucket of them here in the juice. It's heavily scented. Sometimes I think some of the bream guys actually pull those little back flippers off. I don't worry about that too much, but you can do whatever you want to shape the lure, shorten it up. But let's make sure we rig it nice and straight. So straight through the centre there, and slide that hook through. And if you don't get it right the first time, just have another go. Right down through the middle, pop that out. And there we go. Set up, ready to rock. I reckon that's going to be perfect. It probably looks a little bit different to the crabs they're eating. The body's been a bit extended in this lure profile to match the length of the jig head, but I've got to tell you, they certainly work. So what we're going to do is cruise around here, have a couple of casts, see if we can't find like a nice one. Nice breams, anything over sort of 500 or 600 grams really, and have some fun. So tackle wise, little 2000 size spin reel, 2 to 4 kilo rod, some 6-pound braid with an FG knot onto some 4-pound leader. Now that's pretty damn sporting in and around here, but hey, it'll be fun when I hook one up. You could go up to 6-pound or even 8-pound, and I know that, you know, the guys and girls that are right in their bream fishing, when they're over and above the racks, they might even use 10-pound leaders, so they're sort of keeping their head up and ripping them across the top. But I want to finesse presentation and see if I can't get a bite. So I've got my drag preset there, and I reckon that's about as much drag as 4-pound leader's going to handle. So, all right, it's all about accuracy of cast, and I've been lucky to fish with some fantastic bream fishermen that can just cast me out of sight, but I go all right on my day. So the idea is to land it right in against that oyster tray. Oh, that's not good enough. Landed that one short. Got to get a bit braver, so I'll flick that in there a little bit further. That's it, right there. And then I want that, just a little bit of slack out of there. The tide's actually sucking that lure into that shaded area. Bream love shade and shadows. And I'll let that drop down in there, give it a little flick, pause, and let it flutter down so we can't get a bite. Come on. Yep. Oh, come on, bud. Oh, that's a good fish. And it's such ugly country here. 4-pound leader with 6-pound braid, 2 to 4 kilo rod. You've got to sort of lock and load, but they're such a cool sport fish, bream. And that one's just climbed on that little creature bait. I've got my net here. I'm sort of half organised. Here we go, bud. Come on. Oh no! Got him. Yes. Woo! All right. And it's just popped out of his mouth, so how lucky. It's all about getting that cast in the exact right spot. And that's a little creature bait lure, one of those little soft creature bait lures, and they've got so much scent, so much natural action. That's a beautiful bream. And if you're new to lure fishing, I think it's that next level again, when you sort of start with your flathead and maybe some bass and bream are the next ones, but they fight really, really hard. Here they're sort of, I'm feeding my lure in under the structure, and then they've got the current in their favour. The current's going that way, I'm trying to pull the fish this way. But whether you're doing it out of the boat like this or off the shore, great fun. And don't forget, plenty of bream like this hanging around jetty pylons and rock walls. There's so many places you can target them just walking the bank as well. Bream are a very slow growing fish, so this fish is probably still 12 or 13 years old, and I'd like to see it grow a little bit bigger yet, so I'll let this one go for sure. Remember, they're quite spiky to handle on the dorsal fin and the pectoral, so just watch when you're handling them. Off you go, bud. There you go. There he goes.